But the most interesting group that I wanted to mention is probably the 15 million Pathan, or Pashtun, from Pakistan and from Afghanistan. They are all today practicing Sunni Muslims. But some of them believe that they descend from a grandson of King Saul named Afghans, or Afghana. They all claim, all of the Pashtun claim, to have Israelite descent. They believe they trace themselves back to Moses and to the people of Israel. They look very Jewish. They look very Semitic, different from all the other people living in that region of the world. And they have numerous practices that are common or similar to Judaism. For example, they write amulets that have two Hebrew words, Shema Yisrael. Many display a Magen David, a Star of David. Many wear a four-cornered garment, like a talit, a prayer shawl. And some of them have tzitzit, little strings that come out from the corners of these four-cornered garments. The men wear beards and they have side locks. They pray towards Jerusalem. And some of them mourn the destruction of the temple in Jerusalem. They don't work on the Sabbath. And some light candles on Friday night. They fast on Yom Kippur. They have their circumcision differently from all other Muslims. Muslims circumcise their boys at the age of 13 years. These Pashtun circumcise at 8 days, as we do in Judaism. They practice Levirate marriage. The Torah speaks about if a man dies without children, his wife is to marry a living brother of his. Now, Jews don't practice this anymore. We have something that basically releases people from this practice. But in the Bible, it was practiced, and the Pashtun still practice this. The Pashtun practice the biblical laws of marital separation when the wife is having her period. And this is followed by her immersion in a body of water, like a mikveh. They don't eat many unclean animals, not just abstaining from pig. They interestingly practice Ir Miklat, the city of refuge. In the Bible, we're told that if someone kills someone accidentally, not on purpose, they're chopping down a tree and the axe handle flies off, they could have been more careful and kill someone. They had to flee to a special city where they were safe from the revenge of the relatives. And the Pashtun practice this idea of the Ir Miklat, the city of refuge. What's amazing is that there are clans, tribal clans among the Pashtun that their names sound very much like the names of the 10 tribes. They have in the Pashtun the Rabbani, which sounds like Ruvain. They have Levani, which sounds like Levi. They have Gadun, which sounds like God. They have Ephriti, which sounds like the tribe of Ephraim. Interestingly, Ephraim was the largest Israelite tribe, and the Ephritis are the largest Pashtun tribe. And then they have the Shimwari, which sounds like Shimon. And interestingly and incredibly, some of the Pashtun actually have Hebrew Jewish names. Some of them are called Yaakov, some are called Shmuel, Samuel, some are called Shimon, Simon, some Yitzchak, some Yisrael, some Akiva. Now, at some point, you have to say that if they walk like an Israelite and they talk like an Israelite, you might very well have an Israelite on your hands. So what does Judaism teach about what will happen to the 10 tribes? It's actually a debate in the Talmud among several rabbis. You can find this in Tractate Sanhedrin 110b. Rabbi Akiva takes the position that the 10 tribes are lost forever and they are never coming back. Rabbi Eliezer says that just like a day is followed by darkness But after the darkness, the light returns. Rabbi Eliezer says, so too it will be dark for the 10 tribes, but God will ultimately take them out of the darkness. And Rabbi Shimon ben Yehuda similarly says that if the deeds of the 10 northern tribes are as they have always been, meaning if they have maintained their idolatrous ways and their corruption, they will not return. But if they repent and they change and they return to the traditions of their ancestors, then they will return. Now, what is strange is that it seems that Rabbi Akiva is contradicting dozens of clear prophecies from the scriptures that seem to say that in the Messianic age, the 10 tribes will return. There's going to be a reunification of the kingdom of Judah and the kingdom of Israel. I'm just going to share 3 of these passages.